Hello, everybody. Welcome to the NX Show, episode 15. We are back live, full in color, and just happy to be with you all. I am your host, Mr. Eddie V. Joining me, as always, is the wise Wisconsinite, Mr. Jesse Douglas.
How's it going, everyone?
Yes. Of course, he is our streaming champion. Salute to Sir Apollo.
I'm a sir now. I like it.
Sir
Thanks.
And of course, our producer, our head honcho, bossman himself, Mr. Corey Derrick.
Hello.
Yes, everybody, welcome to the NX Show, your source for video games, news, analysis, and other shenanigans. You can catch us here on twitch.tv/the NX Show or on codename nx.com/live. Also, we are going to be streaming live on Mixer at the NX Show, so you guys can check that out. Also, every Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Pacific for pre-show, followed by the podcast. If you can't join us live, no big deal. You can head on over to codename.nx.com, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, or your podcast service of choice on Tuesday mornings for a full edited show to consume, or whenever we get to it. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at the NX Show and like the NX Project's Facebook page. You can also join our Facebook group when it's not a secret group. We will be updating you on content in the coming weeks, and we will have a few cool things planned for you guys. So keep watching, because a certain show has returned, but we'll discuss that a little bit later. If you have any questions, you can tweet at us, look for the questions thread in our Facebook community, or email us at contact@codenamenx.com. We will also be taking your live questions in Twitch and the Mixer chat. Remember, you can find all of our content on codenamenx.com, including all of our videos, old content, reviews, blogs, live streams, and more. So yes, everybody, it has been a week. We got a lot to cover for you guys. But before we get into that, how's everybody doing?
I'm wonderful, Ed. Thanks for asking. I didn't stay up too late at all playing Gears last night.
Right. What's
pretty
considered
good.
too late? What's considered too late?
Oh, I didn't stay up till 2:30 last night, and then wake up at 7:30 because my kid woke up.
I see.
You know, I didn't do that at all. I went to bed at a reasonable hour, slept in, and ready for streaming all day. Woo!
Yeah, no, I was up really late, and it was wonderful. So I ain't even mad.
I ain't even mad.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, everybody, we got some stuff to talk about. But before we get into everything with that, just want to let you guys know that the Nintendo Power Block podcast is back. Yes, me and Corey are back. We're on doing Nintendo podcast. You guys will be able to check episodes on Saturdays, and you'll be able to check us live recording on Thursdays. We will give you guys a time and date when we continue to go forth with that. So, we're going to get into some games in this game Get Down. Sorry, everybody. I'm renaming what you've been playing. We all have that, but I feel like this is a time that we all have gathered down to some great games this week. So I'm going to start with the one and the only, Mr. Jesse Douglas. What games have you been getting down with?
All right, so there's a couple. I finally went back to Remnant from the Ashes, and I've been trying to get a little bit further in that. I only ended up having like a half an hour when I decided to play it, which isn't turns out not a lot of time to play that game. Mm-hmm. So I did progress a little bit in it. I just love that game. Like it's just so perfect. Like it's difficult, but it just everything works well, and it's not like too overly complicated. So it's easy to just get into and play for a little while. But like I said, yeah, you probably want to at least have like an hour or so to play it. but it it was fine. I played and streamed a little bit before I had to go pick up the kids. But so yeah, that, and then I also played some Dead Cells again because they added that to Game Pass. So,
Oh, nice.
like, I mean, I already had it, but I seen that they had added it to Game Pass. So I'm like, oh, I should, you know what? I haven't played that in a little while. I should go back and play that, and that, because that's another thing I can just kind of play for a little while, and you can do a couple, one or two runs for, in like 15, 20 minutes or whatever. And so I just did that. I played that a little bit. I also I did get a chance to actually play some Gears 5 as well. I played it the other morning, like the morning after it was available for people who have the Ultimate Game Pass Ultimate, and I didn't like play any of the campaign or anything because me and Corey are gonna be, we're gonna be doing that for the show. But I did play some of the Horde mode, and I really enjoyed it a lot. It was kind of a bummer because it was only me and one other person for whatever reason, and then two computer-controlled AIs.
So it's still 4-player.
I think that they are having some weird multiplayer connection issues the past couple days. So because like every like even when I was like playing the first like couple missions of the campaign just to try to like get used to it, it kept giving me error messages that says all online connections have been disabled, and like it just kept popping up because it would pop up and say reconnected. And then, a couple minutes later, say all offline mode or all online modes have been, you've been disconnected. So, but I was following Rod Ferguson and the Gears account and the Coalition account on Twitter, and they were all saying they were pushing patches through and stuff. And then they got messed up by the Xbox Live outage. So,
yeah,
which I actually got messed up too because I was planning on going live at 9 last night, and I went to log in, and I was like, oh, man, I'm going to have to restart my Xbox, and I couldn't sign in. I was like, oh, no. And then I got on Xbox support on Twitter, and I was like, oh, no. It said we'll be back up online shortly. I'm like, what does shortly mean?
Yeah, it was all bad. That was a few hours.
Yeah, it was like 2.5 hours. Because I was like, it was like 11:15. I'm like about to get ready to go to bed. I'm like, I'll just stream tomorrow, I guess. And then I was like, let's try to sign in one more time. And I signed in, and it was just like, whoop, signed in.
Yeah, I don't know how. I guess another question for you guys: how, like, I thought about afterwards, how annoyed I was that I could not play single player without it being connected to Xbox Live. I was not happy about that. I was like, I just wanted to play the single player. Didn't even want to play online. But you can't do that with this game. And I was like, this always connected future is not as great as it seems to be. I mean, it's nice sometimes when stuff like this happens.
Is it because it's trying to check to see if you own the license or are using Game Pass, do you think?
I guarantee that's exactly what it was. And so I wondered if anybody who has the physical disc had the same issue. Because if...
the game's not out yet.
That's right. It's not out yet.
The Ultimate Edition is out.
Oh, that's true. The people who bought that physically, it is out for them as well. So I wonder if those people had the same issue and couldn't play the game, even though they had the disc. But I was like, I'm not a fan of this. That's not okay. So
I think they probably wouldn't have a problem with the single. They shouldn't have a problem with the single campaign because that doesn't require online.
Well, like you said, you should. But we shouldn't have had that issue either. I mean, our Xboxes should be pretty much keyed into all, like, you have Game Pass, and so hey, last time we checked, this was lit. So I mean, I guess that's to prevent somebody buying Game Pass once and downloading some games and then disconnecting from the internet and never reconnecting. You know what I'm saying? So they have those games to play. But it's also like, I pay for this, and this sucks. I can't play the game that I'm paying to play for. It's not just that one. It was any game, honestly. I'm pretty sure that was like that. You couldn't play it. I don't know, it's just an interesting thing. Like, this is an issue that you can run into, going forward with stuff like Google Stadia and all other streaming services. Like this, if their services are down, you can't use them. So,
you know what I did do, though?
Argument. What'd you do?
busted out the Switch and played some Fire Emblem.
Exactly.
Because
but it's
the
like
Switch
it brings up the argument of physical games. We still need them. We can't go all digital. We can't do it. Because if you do, it's going to be a bad time.
Especially for those who bought the Xbox One SD. Who all of their stuff is connected digitally, and if you like, not saying that you buy the games downloaded, but if you're buying that cheap box and having Game Pass, and that's the only way for you to game, yowzers, like literally yowzers.
So I mean, that was just a tiny thing that I was thinking about as I was finishing up for the night. I was like, this wouldn't happen. Like, I wonder if this happened if I'd had the physical disc, but I don't know.
I think it's not so much that I just think that they just need to rethink a better way to do it. Even like I was thinking too, like there's something that they could possibly do where they link it through their app or something on like your phone, or something like that. Because I mean, is your phone, chances are, if you don't have any internet connection at home, chances are most people's phone is still going to have internet connection,
like the hotspot.
Yeah, and well, what they should do is there should be a way to an app, like there's an app you can get on your phone where if, let's say you are you don't have service at home, but you want to play your single player games, that there's just something on your app that where it's always connected, that it can read your information from the app that that's connected to your account. And if it sees that you have everything is up to date and you still are paying for Game Pass and you're still doing this, then that you shouldn't have any issues playing a game on your console, even if it's not connected to the internet. Like that, like that's what they should do, is figure out something where it doesn't have to necessarily be the Xbox itself that has to be connected to the internet at all times. So basically, you're still keeping it. It's just you're trading it off to an app versus your actual console.
Well, just a different way to authenticate. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think it will still depend on. That's why I said using your phone like a hotspot, because I don't know how if there's going to be any online capabilities that the Xbox One would need that could read off from the phone or anything. That might be like a technical thing, but if they could do that, yeah, I agree. That'd be cool. Well, that'd be something that they probably could look that up for Scarlet.
Yeah,
but we shall see.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? But that's. But as far as games I've been playing goes, that for the most part, Blair Witch.
Blair Witch.
Yeah. Blair Witch.
I had to talk to you about after the show's over.
Yeah.
you're gonna laugh at this one. Sir Ray, what games have you been getting down to?
We've been getting down on that Astral Chain, real deep and dirty like. I love Astral Chain. Astral Chain's fantastic. But then yes, also playing Gears 5, and also just when it's working, loving the absolute bejesus out of that game. It's gorgeous. It plays well. The story is interesting. It's actually probably one of the best Microsoft exclusives in the past 5 years, but that's great,
I would argue it's the best Microsoft exclusive since Gears 4.
When did Gears 4 come out?
What, 3.5 years ago at this point?
Yeah. I've literally been disagreeing about that statement that people are saying. I could see why.
Have you played it yet, Ed?
I haven't played it.
Yeah.
I think everybody
the typical Ed statement. I disagree. Have you played it? No.
I want to know why. One of the things where everybody was just like, this is the game that the Xbox needed. And I kind of feel like there's other games that are great exclusives that don't get the recognition that Microsoft has already had. I think Gears 5 just adds all to it.
I think that's kind of a given, but no, this is literally a game that this console needed, but it's too bad that it came at the end of the generation.
I think people would say that this is probably the game selling, the game system selling. Like, you know, if you want an Xbox, Gears 5 is one of the reasons to have one. And that if people were using that term, I could see it, then yes.
I would say it's a reason to have Game Pass more than to have an Xbox, but you should already have an Xbox if you have Game Pass. You 100% should have Game Pass for this game.
That's
I think. This is a game that is still insane that they are like, hey, we'll put it on Game Pass and let them play it that way. And
plus,
I'm like, are you serious?
Excuse me?
And
plus
early.
if you have Ultimate, you get all the DLC skins and
exactly.
By the way, before we continue this conversation, the chat has requested that we all do a dab. So they want to judge who's the best dabber is.
Wait, hold up. How much money are we talking about here? Because, you know, Daddy don't dab for free. Just saying.
I'll give you $1.
I'm kidding. So the chat has requested a dab, huh?
Yep. A team dab.
I don't dab. I dad.
I dad. the
you gotta really.
Of course. Oh my God, Ed.
I don't.
Ed won.
Oh man, that's funny.
I'll sneeze in a little bit, so y'all will see it. It's fine.
Is that how you do it? That's what it looks like, right?
Oh my!
Or am
God,
I supposed to like karate chop my face?
You gotta put it right under your. You gotta put your head right under your.
It's like you're trying to like dive.
Hey,
recover.
the chat said I had a perfect dab, so I'm just
a perfect dab. Who are they? Dab experts?
I
Okay,
guess.
that's fine.
Okay.
I guess.
My dab is Ghost My Beauty. Hey, y'all wasn't specific.
It's true. It's true.
Keep it moving.
But no, seriously. So I think that Gears and Game Pass, excellent choice, Microsoft. They were kind of like, let's go all in on Game Pass, and I'm very happy that they did.
And shout out to Microsoft with like the other 5 games that's coming to Game Pass. Creature in the Well, is that the name?
Downloaded
Creature in the Well.
right. Yep, Creature in
And
the Well.
some of their other stuff, I was just like, they are snapping. Like Goner, like they got some games coming to Game Pass. I'm like, all right, Microsoft, y'all stop playing around. So shout out to Microsoft about that.
If you don't have Game Pass yet, like it's crazy, man. There's so many good games on there.
I would venture to say that Game Pass is literally the best reason to own an Xbox.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah. You don't even need an Xbox to have Game Pass anymore.
True enough. I feel like it's a great service.
I disagree with that statement a little bit.
So explain why, because Game Pass is an extraordinary value, and
I think
there isn't much else that really compounds on that.
Ed just thinks it doesn't. He just thinks it doesn't support the developers enough.
No, it's not even.
Do we even know the breakdown of the
say,
support for the developers?
I think it's
really.
I think it's download plus time played.
Can I say that? I think with Xbox this generation, I think there's been a better community. I think it's been more positive. I think a lot of their games, whether you get digital, Game Pass, or physical, they have really been good. Their controller, for me, is probably one of the best Microsoft controllers. It feels very comfortable to me play. And so, I think their online function is still better than Sony's. In a sense, I think there's just more to offer with an actual Xbox having it in your house. Not saying that PC is not part of Microsoft's plans or anything, but I kind of like some of the sales that Microsoft has. I use my Xbox more than just a Blu-ray player or anything, but I'm like, when it comes to third-party games and stuff and playing with a positive community and a fun community, I find it more on Xbox than I do on PlayStation. And I just feel like something about Xbox offered me more than just Game Pass. So it's one of the reasons why I end up getting it. Plus, it rises to Tomb Raider and Ori,
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. I mean, like, Game Pass is definitely a big reason to have to have an Xbox right now. But yeah, obviously there is a lot of other good reasons to have it. But I still think
you get all three
Game Pass is
Banjo-Kazooie games on there. I'm just throwing that out there. Remember? Hey, Sakurai said go play your Xbox if you want to play Banjo-Kazooie. So
single-handedly sold 5 Xboxes in Japan.
I know.
Well, and that's why I just feel like that statement that I don't disagree with you, Ray. Sorry if I said it, I did. I think there's just more to offer with just Game Pass.
And what you're saying is just kind of the general basics of a console. I would expect that with a console, but I'm telling you right now, Game Pass is a selling point for the entire infrastructure of the Xbox life.
Okay, that I could say. Yes, that I could.
So because right now, what you just said, yeah, that's great. I expect that with a console. I expect that. That's expected of me for them. But when it comes down to what's adding value to my experience with the console, Game Pass far and away does that.
Yeah,
far and away.
I can't agree.
Because I'll tell you right now.
Plus, you can get 2 months for $2 right now.
Exactly. Because I'll tell you right now, if they didn't have Game Pass, Sony's first party keeps me away from an Xbox, and Nintendo's first party keeps me away from an Xbox. But Game Pass keeps me with an Xbox, 100%.
Yeah. Certain Sony games, not all, I would say. But that's me. But is that all the games that you begin down to?
Yep, just those two. I've been trying to focus down on some stuff. Still a little bit of Fire Emblem here and there, but that's it.
Fire Emblem, fantastic game.
Corey, what games have you been getting down to?
Well, the last week or so, Jesse and I got Hype Zone in blackout mode. That was awesome.
Congrats.
Yeah, we got second place because I didn't see the guy to the right, and he killed me and killed us. So
nice.
My bad. Nice. But I have been playing a lot of Fire Emblem still. I am like 60 hours in. I'm trying to grind all my characters up so they're all at the same level. It's like that Pokemon game when you get new characters and you're kind of like leave them off to the side until you like, oh, I need them. And then you just start leveling them up and then you're just like, oh, yeah, that guy, he's probably real good in a fight where you need armored guys. So I'm going to level you up. So I've been playing. There's always a mission each kind of week where you can just kind of grind it out without, advancing time on your calendar. So that's really, I haven't advanced the story in like probably 15 hours, to be honest with you.
That's okay.
But I couldn't even tell you what's happening at this point because I haven't even, I know what's happening, but I kind of forget sometimes. Gears last night, played a lot of Gears last night. It was a good time. And I don't want to spoil anything, but I just want to say Gears 5, and this is coming from somebody who has played Gears 4 very recently with Jesse. We played through all of it, maybe 6-8 months ago.
Yeah.
Gears 5 feels 1,000 times more responsive, and I don't know if it's the frame rate or they changed the physics or they changed the way the characters move just slightly, but man does Gears feel good. It feels so good. The one issue I do have though is they gave the melee its own button, and therefore I keep going back to like old Gears buttons, and they changed the buttons just a little bit, and now I'm just like all messed up. But it's fine. We're good. It's fine.
I know Digital Foundry said that Gears 5 really pushes Unreal 4 engine. So that may be one of the things. Yeah. That's 60 frames per second. Yeah.
Yeah, that 60 frames makes a huge difference. So
I thought 4 was 60 frames per second.
Campaign's 30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Multiplayer is 60. Campaign's 30. So I think you got a little bit of a boost with the X patch, but it was not noticeable when we were playing. So I think it just made the 30 more stable, to be honest with you. But that 60 frames feels real good. And
it looks smoother.
Yeah, it's super smooth. I wish it would come across in my stream that way because sometimes My stream just doesn't.
Technology doesn't do it justice, but no, it's a good looking game.
Yeah, it's a beautiful game. I really like the role that Marcus is taking in this. Me
game. Too. I do.
And
I like how they've transformed it. Nobody's talking enough how this character is kind of grown.
You're right.
Like this character's grown and changed
I think a lot of
enough.
People, I think a lot of people, besides like the hardcore Gears fans, or even people who even like pay attention a little bit, I think a lot of people just think like Gears is just the muscle-bound dude, bro. Let's shoot monsters and see blood and guts story. But like, you play. I mean, probably starting with 2, and then 3, and then kind of giving us the what some people call the Force Awakens treatment with 4. Like these characters are growing, and you can see that growth through the games, and Marcus especially, especially towards the beginning, there's a story beat at maybe like an hour into the game. I don't want to spoil it, but you really see like him show some emotion for people who have been lost in this game and in this series, and it's like, man, this is a strong point for him. So
I wonder if it's still like 6 chapters, 5 or 6 chapters.
I think it's 5 acts, and each act has 5 chapters.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, I don't know. This is a good game. I want to talk some more about it, so let's keep rolling.
I do too. I do too.
Well, we'll probably talk about it a little bit later once everybody has got a chance to play it, like once the game is officially out. So, anything else, Corey, that you began down with?
I mean, nothing like too extravagant. I've played a little bit of Destiny, but it's more of like a daily grind thing, and I play like maybe like 45 minutes to an hour, and I'm like, I don't want to play something else. Destiny's kind of at that standstill for me because like I'm not raiding, I'm not trying to do like nightfalls every day with with all 3 characters, and so yeah, it's really just Gears and Fire Emblem, and I did download Astral Chain, but I want to finish Fire Emblem before I move into Astral Chain, because
I guess you'll play Astral Chain next year then. That's fine.
Maybe.
Because I also had that, and then I was like, you know what, nah, I'm just going to play Astral Chain and enjoy it, because I know I'll always be able to go back to Fire Emblem and enjoy it, regardless.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Well, the games that I've been getting down with, Batman Arkham City, just feel like since I already finished Asylum, might as well jump into City, have some fun with that. Just Cause 3 is the game that I'm streaming for Codename NX. So having fun with that. I'm trying to get like an hour or 2 with that game, and I've been making a lot of mistakes, but kind of been having fun with it. Just playing some of the old stuff. I don't have Gears 5 yet. I hope to be picking it up soon and everything. For a Switch, playing Astral Chain, the game is getting good, goofy, and I want to animate video of it. Like not video, movie, I should say. I do have to play a little bit more, but this is getting really, really good, really interesting. I've been trying to throw questions to Ray, like what is going on, like what is happening, but I don't want Ray to respond to me because I know he's a little bit further than me. But like his hypeness is on like Twitter and stuff about it. I like to join in your hypeness.
I love it. It's such a hype game.
Yeah, it's really, really good. And Jesse, I sent you a message yesterday because Nintendo Life reported that Metacritic took down all of those negative scores and reviews. And so now it jumped back to a 9, but I don't know what the actual Metacritic score is.
Metacritic.
Yeah. So they've been trying to right the wrong about that. It was kind of because it was interesting to see that just out of the blue that Metacritic actually stepped in and fixed it. And I wonder,
it's just such a stupid situation, anyways. Like seriously. Like, who gets mad because a game isn't coming to their console that they want it on and does that?
People who feel like they're entitled to have everything their way. Those people, and they suck.
Well, and and I was gonna say, like it's been reported, it mostly is PS4 fanboys, but like I thought, well, of course it is, because Xbox fans are used to not getting exclusives.
Dang.
Well,
Dang.
well, the thing about it is that I think a lot of Sony players didn't realize that Astral Chain actually belongs to Nintendo and not Platinum.
Yeah.
So
it's only a matter of time before Nintendo buys Platinum anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah, when's that gonna happen?
It's gonna happen.
I think Sony will probably snatch Platinum before.
I doubt it. I highly doubt it.
When was the last time they did anything?
Nintendo has put so much money into Platinum that I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of companies that Nintendo has worked with in Japan that they probably should have brought, but they didn't.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know if Nintendo will buy Platinum. I think they will buy stock in Platinum and have like a majority type thing like they did with Rare.
That's technically buying Platinum.
No, because they have stock in Toby.
Well, if you have the majority
I'm
stock,
talking
you
majority.
technically, he's talking majority. That's
majority
technically,
stock.
Yes.
I think depending on when Platinum starts releasing their own games without a publisher, like they literally release their first independent game, we shall see. If it tanks, I think Nintendo will step in and then put some stock into them. Because I definitely Nintendo don't want Platinum to go.
I'd say, why let them step out and fail when you can just outright support them?
Yeah.
Well, because I know Platinum said that they want to independently produce and publish their own games, because pretty much a lot of the stuff don't belong to them. But if they can and they have a hard time succeeding, I think Nintendo would be like, we'll do this as a time release first. If you guys put it on our system, we'll give you the money. And if it doesn't, if you guys feel like you're about to go bankrupt, we're going to invest in you guys to keep you open. I think there's a big trust factor with Nintendo and Platinum.
Yeah, I think so too. It's just that they're gonna be like, "Hey, we're gonna trust you with more Nintendo stuff, so stop doing this other stuff that's wasting our money and time."
Well, shoot, if Nintendo's letting other people put out games uncensored, I think they'll trust Platinum to do whatever they want to do. Now, Nintendo, I need you to convince them to do a Vanquish 2, because I need that. I need the conclusion to that game.
Good luck. I feel like that'll be the hardest sell, actually.
Look, if you get your Super Mario Sunshine, and I don't get my Vanquish 2, we're gonna have a situation, Nintendo.
I'm gonna let you know right now that on the balancing scales, Super Mario Sunshine sits a little bit higher than Vanquish 2.
I know.
Well, although we did get Deadly Premonition too. So.
I want to be there. There was a watermelon somewhere. I heard there's like this weird watermelon conspiracy going on right now.
There is a watermelon conspiracy about Mario Sunshine. There is, and I think Nintendo's doing it on purpose. It's not actually anything. They're just doing it on purpose.
It's like the Waluigi conspiracy. Like every time Sakurai's in a video, there's like a purple and yellow chair somewhere or something.
Yes. So no, I think it's just them having fun with the fans, I think. But if they ever did a remaster or a remake of Sunshine, I'd lose my stuff.
Oh, you already know that I'm going to GameStop and pre-ordering that right now.
Oh man, yeah.
We're gonna have to pause the show and go pre-order it right meow, as they say.
Oh, I mean, me and Corey have looked at some past E3s with Nintendo. I was just like, after this recorded, we need to go to our stores to get some games.
Oh my god.
We was hyped. Trust me. But everybody, that's what we've been getting down. Hopefully, you guys let us know what games that you guys are getting down. You can email us or tweet at us and let us know. Or hit us up in the chat. Yeah, we want to know what you guys been getting down to for the week.
Don't tweet at me. Get out.
No.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
But we're going to get into these news bits, and we know that Nintendo has released this kind of exercise ring, but we're not going to really talk about that.
Nope.
Because
what are you talking about? I'm going to live stream it.
I'm sorry.
they literally
I want my
came-
Nintendo ring.
they they came and clowned this past Wednesday with their Nintendo Direct. And if you think that the system still doesn't have games that you don't want to play, watching this Direct probably should change your mind. So we're gonna just jump into it. Overwatch is coming out October 15th. Luigi's Mansion 3 is dropping October 31st. They show some new information about that. And free to start game Super Kirby Clash is available.
Oh yeah, the one I've been waiting for.
I want to start right there. And just out of these 3 games, what did you guys think about it? Like, how did they start the show off?
I mean, I thought the Overwatch. I mean, look, all the Overwatch stuff was kind of like, okay, we knew it was coming, and I think it was good that they just started with it and got it out of the way and stuff. So, that was cool. But don't care about Kirby, like at all.
Yeah, Kirby Monster Hunter. Yeah, I'm not down on that.
Yeah, I don't want my tree gems or whatever they're calling them.
It's free to play, so I'm gonna try it so that way I can actually, talk trash about it.
No, you can
actually
talk
haven't
trash
played
about
it
anyway. It's Kirby.
Don't
It's
talk
fine.
trash
Nah,
about it.
I'm teasing. That's just me saying I would like to play it before I actually tell people don't play this game.
No,
So,
don't do that. Ray,
Tell your kids to play something better, like
Ray,
any other game.
You will present pros and cons. If the cons outrate the pros, then yes.
No, if a game is bad, I'm gonna tell you it's bad. Straight up.
Games are bad. Okay.
If the game contains questionable content.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, if a game is bad and I think it's bad, I will let you know. We don't have time to dilly dally. There's too many games to play.
That is true. Jesse, what did you think?
Yeah, I enjoyed the beginning of it. Yeah, unfortunately, like we kind of everyone knew that Overwatch was kind of rumored to be coming, so that was like, I mean, it was like, oh, it's confirmed now. but yeah, and then in Luigi's Mansion, definitely looking forward to that. So
Yes.
can't wait. And I am one of the few people who actually likes Kirby. I mean that game personally. I'm gonna try it. I downloaded it, but yeah, if it's basically gonna be a game that unless you're playing it with friends, it's not really gonna be that fun. So.
And it's cool that they dropped it. And like, this is just a free start game. Like, just to give something for your system. I think that's cool that Nintendo did something like that.
Yeah.
So moving on, we got Trials of Mana, April 24th. Return of the Obra Dinn coming out this fall, and Little Town Hero, October 16th. And if you guys are still interested, you could pre-purchase this game today. So out of those 3, what did you guys think?
I'm gonna try Trials of Mana.
Yeah, I'm picking that one up.
I'll probably be more likely to play it on Switch once it goes on sale. No offense to that game, but I'm waiting until it goes on sale because I'm sure I can get it cheaper on PC. But that's like from what I keep hearing, one of the best games ever. Apparently, like it was last year? I think it was one of last year's best games. Period.
Yeah.
So no, like those are cool. A Little Town Hero, I'm probably gonna try just because I feel like I like when Game Freak experiments. They don't experiment very often. So I'm gonna give it a shot for sure. But Trials looks like fun. Like that's something definitely in my alley. And Little Town, yes, and Obra Dinn at some point.
Yeah, I know me and Corey. Well, I can speak for myself. Okay, sorry, Corey, I can't speak for you. Little Town Hero is probably a game I'm going to wait. I'm going to look at the reviews and see what people say. And then after that, I'll probably pick it up a little bit down the line. Returning to Obra Dinn was kind of a shock to me. Because I would never think they would try to get that game on Switch after it came out. But Trials of Mana, of course, it's Sega Netsetsu 3. I love Secret of Mana, so yeah, that's me.
I mean, Trials of Mana for me, I think is probably the thing, the best one for me at least. I think that game looks super cool. I think that The art style is cool. It looks like a game I want to play. It looks like Dragon Quest 11 in terms of art style a little bit, and like that, just that art style is super appealing to me. So, I mean, that's literally like 80% of the reason I want to play it. Man, Dragon Quest 11's in like 3 weeks, right after Zelda. I gotta beat Link's Awakening in a week so I can play Dragon Quest for 3 years. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Oberdin I think is a cool, unique thing that just doesn't look like it's for me. You know what I mean? Like I think it's cool that it's coming to Switch. I'm not surprised just simply for the fact that every single indie game comes to Switch at this point. But
because
I'm glad it's
been a lot of success on the platform.
Yeah, I'm glad it's coming because like it has a lot to offer in terms of like a really unique spin on the walking sim type game. So yeah, and I'm not trying to use that as like a derogatory thing. I just what I mean. I think walking sims are for a very specific set of people, and yeah, I'm glad it's coming. So.
What about you, Jesse?
Yeah, for me, Return of Oberdin was really the one that stands out. But that's me. I like the horror, like mystery type stuff. Huh?
Make me look bad now.
But no, that's and I know right away that's not a Corey game the second I see it. So it's there's no offense taken whatsoever. But for me it was that like the other games looked good, but I don't have enough time in the week for games like that. Like even like I bought I've bought a couple of bigger games over the years, and a lot of the times I knew very well that I wasn't gonna ever finish them, but I wanted to support them because I like what they did and what they're doing, with the games. And and just to have it eventually if someday I do have the time to play it. And those are the RPG style games. I just don't have enough time in the week to ever even think about like getting into any of those legit. So they look amazing, and they're definitely something that I would like to support the people who made them, but yeah, it's unfortunate and it's a bummer because I really wish I had more time to be able to get into games like that.
I would love for you to be one RPG, Jesse, like one traditional RPG. I'm guilty. I need to get more multiplayer games, like my stuff.
Yeah, my problem is I enjoy playing multiple different things, and like I'm very much a mood. Like we had talked about this on the next, I think it's technically the next episode of Nerds Gone Rogue that I joined the guys on, and we kind of had a question about like what kind of like what you get from gaming, and one of the things was that like I'm very much a mood gamer, so it's really, really difficult, and I do have like ADD, so it's really difficult for me to get into RPGs because like I just want to be doing something, and like sometimes when all I'm doing is reading for like 2 hours straight of just reading stuff, I'm just like, I want to do something. And I'm just like, no, put this game away. I want to go
I want to
play.
shoot. I want to jump around.
I want to do something. Yeah, so
you want to play a game, not read a book? What?
What?
But that's why I feel like just to see how you would do playing an RPG, I kind of would like to see that. Like I said, I need to play more multiplayer games and stuff. Heck, I need to play more sports games to see if I'm good or if I'm bad at them. But
Do
I
you?
I mean, for a person, for me who do multiple things when it comes to gaming, I feel like the only way that I'm going to get better with my games and be more experienced and be able to talk about stuff is if I put myself out there and play that. You know, maybe I didn't get the latest Madden, but if I do get Madden,
It's fine. Just get a older system like I did and get NFL 2K.
oh,
It's better. I play it every once in a while. I fire up my Dreamcast and I play. If I want to play some football, I play some NFL 2K.
if you do
don't
not
care about
preach,
Madden.
look, Jesse, if you do not preach right now about Dreamcast and the 2K series,
It needs to come back and save football games.
that NFL 2K5 debacle with 1999 and it shut down Madden, historic in gaming.
I would like to play NFL Blitz, please.
Yeah, that too.
Or
That-
Blitz, please.
yes.
What about Blitz the League? Did you not enjoy Blitz the League, Ray?
No, because I never played it. Give me Blitz, please.
Did any of you play All Pro Football 2K8 or whatever when it came out?
Oh, let's bring back Blitz, please. No.
Fair. I'm done.
We're gonna move
No,
Super
why?
Smash Brothers. Banjo is available so that you guys can play him.
Banjo!
Yes.
Sorry.
But they also introduced a new fighter, and it is Terry Bogard from the Fatal Fury series. Really cool intro. I did love it on how they
That
was
was
tricking
a
everybody.
excuse my
Highlight.
French, but that was an Ed-ass intro to that game.
that was
character
definitely a
reveal.
highlight for me.
But it was good. It was a really good intro.
Oh yeah, it was awesome.
Yes.
I loved it.
And they also announced that more DLC fighters is coming to Smash. So there will be a season 2 coming, and I cannot wait.
I guess Trey's gonna be in Smash after all.
Well, we shall see. Also, they showed a little bit more of Link's Awakening coming September 20th. Dragon Quest 11S, September 27th. And Nintendo blessed me. They blessed the Nintendo crowd for all those who's asking this. Tokyo Mirage Session
Yes.
FE and the Core is dropping
Yes.
January 17th.
Yes. Woo!
I can
Yes!
finally
Sorry,
play
that
it.
was real loud.
Yes! yes!
Yeah, because that's a game that I probably would get for sure. So it looks good.
I
No,
would say use
it
the
is
money or
good.
a code.
It doesn't look good.
Okay, well, that's-
It is
hey.
good.
If you want to send me a code for it, go for it, Ed. I'm not gonna turn that
Got
down.
Got him.
Got him.
Be like, be blessed, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Jesse. Yes. Oh, when they announced this, I think the internet literally lost their mind. It's what a lot of people wanted to happen.
Oh man, I'm so excited for that. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm so hyped.
Yes, but there are new songs coming and characters coming to this one, so be ready. I'm to have this game on the go. Oh,
I mean, just to have it on a system that's relevant makes the biggest difference to me.
but that is true. Yes.
Yeah. I
'Cause this
just
is
I
a
want
game
to.
that not a lot of people play it because it was on the Wii U. Honestly.
Yeah. Yep.
But it's just such a beautiful soundtrack. That soundtrack is begging, and they still got some of the best music in their trailers. Like,
They're adding a new song.
yes. So what did you guys think about those games? What they showed there? Anything about Link's Awakening or
So,
Dragon Quest?
So, all three of these games, absolute god. Those are mine. I'm copping all those. Link's Awakening, I don't need to see no more of. Stop showing me that game. I just want to play it now. Dragon Quest 11, you couldn't show me enough of that game because that game is vast and full of amazing. I need that game. That game comes out at TwitchCon, so I'll be playing it at TwitchCon. So if you see me there, that's what I'll be doing. And then Fire Emblem, I'm telling you, I skipped that game because it was on the Wii U. And it was one of those games where I was like, I have my small list, and it's about this big of games that are coming out on the Switch that were on the Wii U, and it was on there. So this is good. This is good.
Yeah.
I remember everybody was just like, okay, Nintendo, what the heck you doing with Fire Emblem and Atlas? Everybody thought that was insane, but people got excited to be like, what are y'all going to do?
Yeah.
Like, we need this.
Yes. But no, Shin Megami Tensei is an amazing series, and to combine another incredible series in Fire Emblem with it was right up my alley. So like I said, just unfortunately it was on the Wii U at the time where I had moved past the Wii U. So
yes. Which I found out the Persona series is not part of the Shin Megami Tensei series. I'm like, wait, what?
Two separate things, but like kind of related.
Yes. Corey, Jesse, anything about the other games?
I mean,
No, just excited. They're great games. So,
All right.
Zelda, I will get for sure.
Yes.
And then
For sure.
Tokyo Mirage Sessions, I will get for sure. Both those games physically, actually, because
Yes.
like I said, there's a small list of series that I will have physically. I'll probably get them digitally at some point as well if they go on sale, just to keep a carts out of my cart free as much as possible. But
because I feel like Tokyo is going to be another collectible game.
Yeah.
Like the Wii U version is
there's-
already a collectible
there's
game.
another game that we haven't talked about yet that I will definitely be getting physical as well.
Oh, yes,
So.
we'll get to it. So Deadly Premonition 2, A Blessing in Disguise is coming out 2020. Swervy65 is the writer and director of that game. He revealed that information on Twitter. Deadly Premonition Origins is also out. It's the first game. You guys should check it out. People say it's a bad, wacky game, but it's kind of fun and interesting. And, Jim Sterling, if you go see his video, he was so happy about getting both games. But then I'm gonna have to let a certain Ray Apollo introduce this next game. It's one thing that we have talked about, one thing that he has beaten lately on his PC that he is streaming. Can you tell us what Definitive Edition is coming to Switch, Ray?
Oh, you mean just one of the best RPGs ever made? Just a little small thing there, But Divinity Original Sin 2 shadow dropped on the Nintendo Switch, like out of nowhere, literally out of nowhere, and it's like it's the coolest thing about it is it's got cross save compatibility with Steam, and that's it.
Yes.
So no, I 100%. If you enjoy RPGs, Divinity Original Sin 2, I feel like now will be more accessible to people because it's portable. You can take it with you, and that game is long, and you should play it and enjoy the crap out of this game. Because I'm not just saying this because it was popular at the time. I'm saying this because it's true. Divinity Original Sin 2 is legitimately one of the best RPGs ever made.
But isn't it crazy that Torchlight 2 just dropped last week?
Mm-hmm.
And then this, like out of the blue, like wait, what?
Yes, and they kept that a surprise, which is awesome. Like something like that you would expect it to have leaked, honestly. But this, was huge for me. I had no idea that this was happening.
I had to put a call out on Twitter for you, just like everybody check on Ray Apollo. He's alive.
My favorite part about your video today, and then it comes.
I love that game. I love that studio. Layer Studios is one of my favorite studios, and then, so I will definitely be playing this game again on the Switch, and just gonna have a blast with it. So I plan on doing a PC run that's modded, and then now again on the Switch, so I can just play whatever I want anywhere. I love it. I'm so happy.
I'm going to be picking it up a little bit later on in the year. Due to I have it already on PlayStation, but I'm like I want to have this on my Switch. Like this is a must-have on my Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Jesse, Corey, anything about the other games? Deadly Premonition, Divinity, anything?
With Deadly Premonition, I'm curious because I don't really know anything about it.
Same here.
I've heard about it, but I don't know anything about it, and it does sound like an interesting something that would be kind of in my my sights, like it just the weird, like I like weirdness and and like the whole horror stuff and stuff like that. So I'm
probably gonna pick it up in October. I think I'm gonna wait for a sale though for it for the first one.
All I'm gonna say is Game of the Year talk this year is gonna be so hard. There's just so many things coming out.
I know.
Man.
Well,
And
right now.
And I'm actually quite surprised, because for a while I was like, okay, Fire Emblem is like the top of my list right now, right, in terms of games that have come out this year. And then I started dabbling in some other games. I was like, oh, well, this is cool. And then Apex was a surprise. I'm like, oh, Apex is great. And then now I'm thoroughly surprised and impressed at how much I'm enjoying Gears 5. And it's like, okay, well, I knew I was going to enjoy Gears 5, but, I thought it was just going to be more Gears, and I'd plow through the campaign and be like, all right, Gears is awesome, play some multiplayer for a couple weeks and move on to Destiny when it comes out. But, Gears is, I have a tab. No, I have a tab. I have a tab on my Xbox that's just, pinned multiplayer games that I will play forever. And, Master Chief Collection's on there just because it's Halo 5, Destiny 2, Apex is on there, Overwatch, and I'm like, Gears is going on that list. And it's just, man.
Speaking of Game of the Year, I think our 4 nominations, I could tell. So, Jesse's is Resident Evil 2. Corey's, yours is Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Ray, yours is Astral Chain. And mine is Yoshi's Crafted World.
Ooh.
So we have 4 different games, and the reason why I say that is that all of us have a passion for these games because they're just so good.
Yeah,
and,
I forgot Yoshi came out this year.
And I don't think any game is better than any other. It's just our personal choices, but I think it's going to be a discussion really to have by the time the Game of the Year comes around. All of our game choices can change, and we could have a big list, but those are the 4 leading for each of us.
Yeah.
And
I think part of what it's going to make it hard is there's just so many that I feel like are really, really strong contenders that I haven't even gotten a chance to play yet. A lot of people are saying Control is really, really, really good.
I know. I want to play Control so bad. Money is just super tight right now.
So this year, I feel like I've had to learn something about myself and about video games. That those video games will be there. They're gonna be there. So play the ones that you really want to play, and then the ones. Let's talk about these if you have time for them. So I've spread them out, and those I'm gonna play later. I'm gonna play Control in October for sure because everybody's like, Control's incredible, blah blah blah, and I'm like, yes, I do want to experience that, but just not right now.
I mean, if you think about it though, really the only huge game coming out in October, or well, not huge, but
Luigi's
something
Mansion.
that's not being ported to the Switch. The only newish games are Luigi's Mansion and Call of Duty, right? And Destiny's expansion, I guess, but that's already paid for.
It's more Destiny, exactly. Yeah.
And I would say Call of Duty Modern Warfare has so much promise that I feel like this is the game that people really are going for to see that give a little bit Call of Duty more respect than what it has. People just it feels like a rehash, or people were just clowning on it. And I don't think Modern Warfare is going to be that way. I think it's going to be maybe a 9.5. Probably with this campaign and multiplayer, and I think it probably will end up on a lot of people's Game of the Year nominations.
Well, and it's going to set the future for Call of Duty because this is a new engine, so we're gonna be able to see what's possible. I think that's been their big problem is sometimes I feel like they don't update their their engines and stuff like that very often, and so then their games just tend to feel the same. They're you can only put so many different game types in there, and that's fine, to come up with new game types, but to actually change the way that you're playing, they've changed everything in this one. They're changing the way your character looks and plays and how like and like adding actual like they actually created night vision goggles inside the game. It's not just a filter that lays over your screen to change, like to make it simulate like it's supposed to be night vision. They like I was listening to an interview and they like literally like created it. It's not just a filter. It's something like everything that you're seeing once you flip it through. It's like it's switching to a different game completely. Like it's not just a filter over the map. Like it's really interesting. Like they were talking kind of a lot about that because it's like a big deal and it took a lot of time for them to create that night vision effect. So
well, we got to get through some more games. Doom 64 is coming November 22nd. Rogue Company is coming out from 2020. This is a new IP from Hi-Res Studio. It's a third-person online shooter. People are still wondering what it is. I think we have to probably wait for more details about it. Pokemon Sword and Shield, November 15th. SNES on Nintendo Online is available now. Any thoughts on those, you guys?
Yay.
The only one care about is Pokemon. I mean, the SNES stuff is amazing because I can finally play Breath of Fire. Never got to play that, so now I get to play that on my Switch of all things, which is awesome.
And it looks good in HD. These SNES games, they look really, really good.
That's really good to hear. But no, like I said, the only other thing outside of that, Pokemon is the only one I care about. And I'm like, at this point, stop showing me Pokemon. Stop it. Like, if you're not going to show me what Grookey evolves into, I don't even care. I'm just going to wait and play the game.
Grookey.
It'll eat anything that's in its mouth.
Grookey game.
Pokey, guys.
That freaking bird Pokemon. That I'm just like phrasing Pokemon. Phrasing. Okay. Although his ability to spit whatever he has out and hit the enemy was amazing. I saw that. Oh God! Well, we're done here.
Folks was doing when they was talking about the clothes and they were just like, it's not only for tops and bottoms and all. Did you see all the gay jokes come out?
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no! But no, there was a lot of suggested content in that Pokemon, just in the Pokemon portion.
He does.
Do you think they know?
People know what it is. They just interpret it to make it.
Oh, I know.
Oh no!
It's hilarious.
Any other discussion? I think they gave Doom 64 more time than they gave Overwatch, and that was kind of shady, but I kind of enjoy it.
Overwatch is Overwatch.
I mean, yeah. I think everybody knows what Overwatch is at this point. I think people like to forget about Doom 64.
Yeah, and to be fair, they didn't start the show with Doom 64. They started it with Overwatch, so
It's one of the biggest games ever, so it makes sense. Yeah.
Well, Tetris 99 has an update that's available, and also the physical version of Tetris 99 is available, so you guys can pick that up. Mario Sonic at the Olympics come out November 5th. Daemon X Machina Prologue demo is available, and if you guys do play it and your save data will carry over, you can do 4-op co-op with it, but it's only local wireless. There's going to be full online with this game. I have the demo, I just haven't started yet, but I cannot wait. Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast comes out September 24th, and The Witcher 3 is dropping October 15th. So thoughts on those, you guys?
I was interested. Like this was such a great direct. They just brought a lot of things that were like okay. Okay. I got it. Yeah, like they like there a lot of those are things that I personally probably wouldn't have cared too much about, but because they're just like things that are fitting for the Switch. And because they're coming to Switch, I actually would probably give them attention, so quite a few of those things that I might possibly be picking up. So
I do want to play the Daemon X Machina Prologue because it is the updated demo.
Yeah. Yep.
So I want to see what changes they made. It still looks fantastic, like art wise. Like, oh, this game looks beautiful.
Yeah, and I want to play it as well and give it a second try and you know and rightfully check it out and decide whether whether I'll like it or not from this now, because they did change a lot of things and they deserve that that much. So yeah, I'm looking to trying that as well.
And like me, Corey was talking on Powerblog, I was just like, at least Marvelous was open and honest and upfront, that they gave the demo that said that this doesn't represent the full game or anything, but we would love your feedback. That's why we putting it out.
Mm-hmm.
Your feedback is helpful for us to make our game product, and that's the demos that I like when companies do.
Mm-hmm.
So, Corey and Ray, anything you guys got to say?
No, not really. I mean,
Jedi Knights 2, I'll play because I never played it before. I'll give it a shot for sure.
Oh my gosh, I had it on GameCube. That was awesome. That game's really good, by the way. I mean, to be honest,
I like
probably didn't age as well as I remember it, but
not.
You have to remember that game came out in like 2002, so.
Yeah. The early 2000s were a weird time for every entertainment form, so yes.
Pretty much.
But no, I want to try that out. This Daemon X Machina, absolutely. God, there's too many games coming out, and I love it, and I hate it at the same time.
Yeah, I am getting into Witcher 3, so
Witcher 3 I'm gonna pick up at some point, and that's only because I value Dragon Quest 11 more than I do the Witcher or the Switcher. That's what Obelisk Gaming called it, and I'm keeping that forever now. So I'll be playing the Switcher at some point, just after or while I'm playing Dragon Quest. There's a lot of games you can buy on Switch and just play forever. So there you go.
Fire Emblem.
Yes.
Zelda. Xenoblade.
A lot. Blade, I can't wait to talk about that.
Yes, we're almost close to the end. So, Assassin's Creed Rebel Collection is coming December 6th. This game contains Black Flag and Rogue and all of his DLC. Dauntless is coming soon. They showed them. This montage of games: Just Dance 2020, November 5th; Grid Autosport, September 19th; Farming Simulator 20, December 3rd; Ni no Kuni, September 20th; NBA 2K20 is out right now. Call of Cthulhu, October 8th. The Outer Worlds is coming. Devil May Cry 2, September 19th. That's the other one, by the way,
for October. The Outer Worlds, we forgot about that. That's pretty big, I think.
But the Switch version, they haven't confirmed a release date for the Switch version yet.
And that's okay.
Vampire.
Give me that in December when there's no games to play.
Right.
December.
Vampire comes out October 29th. Animal Crossing New Horizon finally got dated March 20th, 2020. And they ended the direct with Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. This is a game that came out on the Wii. And this one is a remastered version with new visuals. And it looks like completely new artwork and just in general. Anything about that, you guys?
Yes. That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot. As much as I want to play Ni no Kuni, I'm going to buy it to have it and then play it later.
Mm-hmm.
But the two things that you talked about right there that I care about the most were definitely Ni no Kuni and Xenoblade.
Mm-hmm.
The Xenoblade Chronicles is, to me, far and away the best Xenoblade game. Like, straight up. X is awesome, and this new one is okay, but the first one is amazing.
Yeah, the first one is definitely something really special. And like, if you didn't play it on Wii or 3DS, and you own a Switch, and
now's the time.
Yeah, even if you don't really care for RPGs that much, this is something worth playing, I think.
Prime time JRPG. Get this game.
Yes. Hopefully Corey would team up with me for Black Flag 4 and we could finish this game 100%.
I want to play Rogue. I never played Rogue.
I know, so I never did either.
Me neither.
And I hear it was so I remember just watching the end of that game because it rolled right into which Assassin's Creed was that? Frick, what was the other one?
3.
What was the one that came after Rogue?
Unity?
Yes, it rolled right into the start of Unity.
Yeah.
Which is cool. And I like that. It's just I had just played whatever the other Assassin's Creed game was, and I was tired of Assassin's Creed, and I was like, I'm skipping Rogue and I'm going straight to Unity, and so now I get to play it. So
I'm tired of Assassin's Creed, and then they turn into just an action RPG. now.
Yep.
It's
And they're
just
like, all right, here's a whole new here's a whole new game.
everyone's
Sweet.
tired of Assassin's Creed. Let's make an RPG and just slap Assassin's Creed on the title because we
And
own the
it
IP.
worked. It worked because I loved Odyssey.
Dude, Odyssey's so good. I probably dumped like
game is
70
so
hours
long.
into it, and I'd probably like halfway through.
I had to stop playing that. Like I played the first the first storyline completely through, and I was like, okay, I gotta stop because if I don't, I'm not gonna play anything else. Because then they came out with like 3 DLCs, and there were 2 other storylines that you could finish in the game. And I was like, this is too much. And so maybe one day I'll go back and play it. But
I think Odyssey is the example of open world games being too big.
seriously though, I'm serious. There's such thing as a game being too large, and that's it.
And like, as much as I appreciate the work and the effort going into that, making it that big, and and it all being great, like, let's dial back a little bit. Like I thought Origins was like pushing the boundaries of too big, but I thought
But
like,
that was
okay.
I finished that, and I felt satisfied when I finished it.
Yeah.
Finishing Odyssey, I was like, oh, I didn't do everything. There's so much more I could have done, and I felt bad.
I need to finish Origins and Odyssey.
Hope you got a lot of time on your hands.
Especially with that Divinity 2 LOL smile.
I'm trying to get to the games that I got a couple of months back. So, but Jesse, anything?
I'd kind of like to play Black Flag again. Like that was, I think that's honestly been the only Assassin's Creed game that I've played that I actually somewhat enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just
other people share that same sentiment.
Yeah. Well, and there was certain things because I did buy Origin, but there was certain things where it just it took too long to get started, and again, like I said, like there's so many of these games that I would love to buy every single one of them, but I can't because I don't have the money to spend to buy all of them, and 2, I'm not gonna finish them ever anyways because I just don't again have the time to finish these kind of games, and I want to be able to play, like all these smaller games and stuff. So like that's why, like honestly, like I've been mostly more interested in indie games in the past like 2 years than I have really anything else. Mm-hmm. Just because I know that they're gonna give me a short, fun experience, and and I'll have the time to dedicate to finish them, and so. But I would like to play Black Flag again, and it was kind of cool. I thought it was a little neat thing get from them. So there is one other game too. I don't know if you mentioned it. The game that was called Rogue Company.
Yeah, I did. I mentioned it.
Okay, I must have just missed it.
Yeah,
that's one that I'm interested in.
I think I just need more information about it.
Yeah.
That one does look good. It really, the trailer would look really good. I just think I need more information on if it's just an online multiplayer or does it have a campaign and stuff, and what is the gameplay? Because it looks like it's third person, but I don't know if it's cover based third person or anything.
Yeah, I'm interested to find more about that because it's something that I feel like Switch doesn't have a whole lot of yet.
Yes.
So that's something that definitely I'm interested in as well. But yeah, there's been this show, this direct, man, there's so much stuff.
Yeah.
So
it's insane.
So I have a Twitter question. My good friend Joey from the Skyward Cast podcast, you guys should check out. He asked, what was our favorite game of the show? We presented our thoughts on it, but what was your one favorite game of the show? I know for me, it's Tokyo Mirage Session. Jesse, any one game, one particular game?
I think for me, it's like I really liked the return of Oberdin, but I think for me though, like it definitely was the Pokemon. Like Pokemon, in my opinion, it's between Pokemon and Luigi's Mansion. Like those two I'm just really excited for. So
Nice. Corey, what game was your favorite?
Man, I don't know. I think the Xenoblade announcement was pretty exciting, just because I really really liked that game. There wasn't like this direct was full of games that like I really would like to have on Switch, but I've played before, right? And like, or I own them other places, or that kind of thing. And I just really thought that the Xenoblade announcement was a nice way to finish that direct off, and I'm excited for that because that's a game you can't play in HD anywhere else, right? This is going to be the first time you can play this game in high definition. Now, granted, it might not look as great as other games, but like, look, I've played Final Fantasy 12 on Switch. Like, that game looks great in HD, So
Yes.
as long as you have the right expectations for certain things, like I think, you can. I think that game's going to be great. So.
Yes. Ray, what was your one favorite game out of the direct?
I don't think this is fair because they showed Divinity, so it's literally not fair. But if I had to pick one that I think I'm most excited about outside of Luigi's Mansion, I think it's Dragon Quest XI.
All right. Awesome.
Yeah, because I'm gonna play Pokemon regardless, but I'm really excited about Dragon Quest XI.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, we're about to head on to the question corner, and we got some lovely questions from our listeners. Thank you guys for all your questions. We're going to start with the first one by Ashley Davidson. What are some of your favorite things for the Nintendo Direct? We already answered that. So I do say, besides like our favorite games and stuff, one of my favorite things actually from it was the Terry Bogard reveal for SNK. That was hilarious. That was really good. Corey, do you have one, like a favorite thing out of it?
I mean, I don't really have like in particularly like big thing about it, but I enjoyed how packed the direct was. I enjoyed how much information, like, and this is kind of a cop out because I say this every time, but I like how much they can pack into a tight 30 to 40 minute video and get messaging across and everything. I really like that. So that's where I'm at, I guess. But yeah.
What about you, Ray? Any favorite thing from it?
Favorite thing was actually just honestly, like I love the whole thing, but Sakurai's banjo demonstration was hilarious, and I loved it. It's nice to just be able to like see people who work on these games like play them, but also like talk about kind of the process and some of the stuff that they did with them. And for some reason, these two things with Sakurai have been incredible. I've loved them. The one with Hero, and now this with one with Banjo. I'm like, please do all of them like this from now on. That'd be awesome. Yeah. I would love that. So. Yeah. I don't know. I loved it. It was fun and it was informative. I appreciated that. I'm like, this is peak Nintendo. I like it.
I also like that they had the Banjo stuff separate from the regular Direct.
Yep.
Yes.
Because they kind of said, hey, Banjo's available now, but for those of you who like want to go hardcore into it, stay tuned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
Jesse, do you have one favorite thing from the Direct?
It just, I don't know. The whole thing was just all really good. So it's okay. Probably the same as what you said. I'd have to say like I liked that and what with Ray said as well. There's just a lot of good moments in it.
Like I was telling Corey this on Pavlog that I what I love about this kind of Direct, and we'll get to the next question, is that it hit everybody for what you love. PC, console, porting, shadow dropping, unexpected stuff, like new IPs, some a free to start game. Like they gave you different stuff. Like I kind of got worried in the first 7 minutes because I felt like Nintendo was dropping 6 to 7 games, and it was only like, what y'all gonna do for the rest of the 33 minutes? Like they were brisk. They got their game out, and I was just like, wow, like what are they doing? And of course Japan got some more games that we don't know about, which I'm mad because they got the Dragon Quest 1 to 3 collection, and it's gonna be in English over there. So some people are starting to import some of the games, and that's what Nintendo won. Man, yeah, that was super good. But we're gonna move on to our next question. Casey McHale asks, "Has there ever been a moment in a game where you first thought this game was all right, and then it finally clicked, and it became one of your favorite games of all time?"
Yep. Divinity, Original Sin 2 happened exactly like that. Like I started that game and I was like, oh, okay, this is okay. And then I got further into, like, I just kept playing and kept playing, and I was like, no, this is legitimately one of the best games I've ever played. Like, I know you're gonna get tired of hearing me talk about it, but I'm talking about it because it really is that good.
Mass Effect, the first one. It I had a opinion about BioWare, and my friend told me to play Mass Effect, and so I was playing the first one, and I was just like, okay, this is cool, this is getting interesting. And then by the end, I was talking to my friend like, what's going on, like, what did you do in the game? And like, he actually made me play the whole trilogy, and I just could not stop playing, especially when I got this, Mass Effect 2, and I was just like, these characters, I need them all. This is one of the greatest games of all time. Like, I literally was losing my mind about Mass Effect 2. But actually, the first Mass Effect one is where I felt like, I'm like, okay, this is good. And then it just got better as the story progressed. It still has some problems with its gameplay, but when I got, like I said, I enjoyed it for what the story was. Jesse, did you have one?
I'm trying to think. Like, I know I have games like that I've had that, but I can't. I just can't think of it off of the top of my head right now.
Resident Evil 4.
No, because I didn't like that game after I beat it. I didn't like it.
With that one.
Yeah, I know. I love you too, Ed.
You guys are all lying to each other right now. Lies. Sorry.
No, I just had to joke with Jesse about that.
Yeah.
Like, I know he did it. But still happy that you did finish the game.
Yeah. I guess, like, I'd have to probably, like, the only thing I could think of is it's unfortunately, like, older. When I first started playing Wild Arms, I wasn't sure if I was really gonna care for it too much. But then once you started getting to the point of where the characters all meet up and stuff, it really got well. And like the first character that you play as, like, that you start off as, his like beginning part was kind of boring, like, to me. But then once I got to the other characters, it really started picking up, and then before I knew it, like, it's one of my favorites still to this day, RPG games. So.
Oh, you did mention that you did finish that one, right? The Wild Arms, I think.
No, I almost did, but my memory card got erased.
Gotcha.
And so,
okay.
like, I was just so mad, and I never ended up going back to it because I put a lot of time into that game, so much time, and yeah, my memory card got corrupt, and I lost my save. I was so mad. I was so mad. I have the updated version that was for PS2.
Yeah.
Wild Arms. I forget what they called it. It was
Wild Arms 64.
It was Wild Arms and then 2 letters, I think, or something like that. But I do want to still go and try to actually finish the game, but I'm like finish it through that one, the more updated version. So,
right.
But
what about you, Corey?
I don't know. I'm sure there's plenty of games that have. I mean, I think the game that really kind of, I don't know. It's kind of like, it's weird because, like, I never really played Zelda until Nintendo 64, right? Mm-hmm. And I played a lot of Link's Awakening, but I was also a small dumb child and I literally didn't even know that there were like dungeons or anything. I was literally just walk around the world and kill bad guys and get stuck places because
just playing the game. Yeah.
Yep. And then when I got in 64, I started playing Ocarina of Time, and this is kind of like just stick with me for a second. I was playing Ocarina of Time, and I didn't realize that you had to go back in time to finish the Shadow Temple, and so it took me like probably a year to figure that out, and then I just stopped playing it. And then I finally got the Nintendo Power Guide, and I was reading through it, and I finished that game, and I was so frustrated by that game that I just like, man, that it still leaves a sour taste in my mouth every time I think about it. But what really turned me around on Zelda as a franchise was going and playing Majora's Mask. Like, literally, I think I went and rented it as soon as I beat Ocarina of Time, and I played through it all weekend, and I finished it, and I collected all the masks and did all the stuff, and like I bought the guide while I rented it, and then I ended up buying it just to have it, and then I went back and played Ocarina of Time and really had a much better appreciation for it, for Zelda as a franchise. But yeah, so that was kind of I still feel real dumb every time I tell that story.
I bought a 2DS just so I could get Ocarina of Time again.
Nice. Well, we're gonna move on. Deshaun Malone, let's get this started, my dudes. What did you think Nintendo needs to compete with two major consoles launches next year? Do you think Nintendo fans should be concerned? Love to hear your thoughts. So we kind of tackled last week about with Scarlet and PS5 with Switch being out. But I kind of want to focus like on a second question. Do you think Nintendo fans should be concerned? I don't think they need to be concerned.
I don't either. I feel like the Switch is aiming at a totally different aspect of gaming than the other two are. That it's just like, I think the Switch has a lineup that people are excited for, especially with, besides what we know is coming out in the near future. You still have Breath of the Wild 2, you still have Metroid Prime 4, you still have Bayonetta 3. You still have a whole slew of Smash characters coming. That I don't like. Maybe next holiday season will be like a sort of a down year for them, but also we don't know what's coming out in 18 months. So, they could have a killer lineup that people who already own a Switch are like, well, I could wait on these new consoles and just get these cool Switch games, Plus, like Xbox's heavy hitter is already coming to Xbox One too for that holiday too. So, people might wait on Xbox One or on Scarlet just to play Halo on Xbox One also. So, plus Game Pass is amazing, by the way, in case you guys didn't hear that conversation earlier.
Jesse, what are your thoughts? Do you think Nintendo fans should be concerned?
No, I mean, obviously, like they're like once we get to the point of the new consoles being out, obviously the odds of any of those games being ported to the Switch will be like, probably won't happen, because it would, at that point they'll just be so far advanced that it just, no matter what kind of magic you work, I don't think they'll be able to make them play on the Switch, unless they do a come out with a more powerful Switch eventually, which honestly I still don't think is out of the question. But as for what we know now, I just think that if they continue to get support from third parties in any way, that it won't make much of a difference. The power differentiate or the different powers like being smaller, and the Xbox and all that being far advanced. I think if they continue to bring like the games that people are asking for, that ported over to it as well, like as long as they're doing fan service, I honestly don't think that there's much to worry about. And so far, like as we've seen, this Nintendo is very different. They're very, much listening to people and giving people what they want. So I honestly don't think that there's going to be a whole lot to worry about. I think they're going to do all they can to continue the hype for this console and sell more. So
Yes. Ray, what about you?
Nintendo's gonna be fine. Like Corey said, Nintendo's in a completely different race than they are. These other consoles will compete with each other for best specs on the box, and Sony will inevitably come out with their exclusives, and they'll either be great or they won't be liked by Ed, and that doesn't matter. So it'll be but I just kind of feel like Nintendo's gonna do fine. Nintendo's, I feel like, in a really good stride right now, and unless they decide to intentionally mess that up, I think they're going to be okay. They're on track to be just fine regardless of what happens with these next boxes, regardless of what they are.
Yeah.
Unless they come out with a component that's completely like, hey, no, you literally get to take this experience on the go and bring it back home and just bloop, keep playing where you were. That's not going to happen. So the Switch is going to be fine.
And I think that Nintendo's strong enough to, like you guys say, they got a big library and stuff. I think for Nintendo fans, I don't think there's nothing to be concerned with. We're still going to get some great games, some unexpected announcements. I think what Nintendo fans should be more excited for is like what is going to be their next console. And that probably is going to be later in the future. And how is that next console going to play its role with with Scarlet and PS5? So I think just being excited about that is what I would be for. So we're going to get into our last question before we head on out, everybody. Brenda J asks, yo, I found you guys by following Ray on Twitch and thought I'd write in. How do y'all engage with your audience when you stream or even outside streams? Good luck to y'all, and I enjoy the show. Normally for me, I just talk with everybody through my stream. Outside of my streams, I try to talk to people on Facebook or on Twitch. On Twitter. People follow me and just trying to have a civil conversation with them. I even have some people that outside of my streaming and gaming stuff, I have had them on my podcast and I have been on their podcast. So I try to connect with more people. Hopefully soon later do Xbox One with the Mixer community. Hopefully I'll be able to do more of that. But I just try to just connect throughout social media with different people. What did you guys do?
Yeah, I mean, same. I mean, I found a couple good Facebook groups that aren't like these traditional follow for follow things. Those groups are just terrible, right? But I have found a few groups that are like for helping and motivating people, and I've met 2 Mixer partners who have actually helped me significantly in the last 2 or 3 weeks. Shout out to Toucan and Genosaurus Rex. They're awfully kind, and they host me sometimes, and they have played once or twice with me, so they're super cool. And I've also met a few really cool people in those communities that have Jesse and I have been gaming with the last few weeks. Most of them are actually in the chat right now.
Yeah,
Zombie and Essie and Battlebug and a few others. Like we've just been playing games together, and that's been a cool way to connect with others, because then when you co-stream with them, you meet their followers and their friends, and sometimes they give you a follow. So it's been cool that way. I don't, and then obviously interacting on Twitter and social media stuff and Instagram and whatever. So, I mean, I know like Ray, I know we've talked about it a little bit, where like you should probably pick like one platform to like really nail down, and then the other ones are kind of secondary. Like Twitter in terms of social media, But Ray's probably the most successful out of all of us here on that front. So
I wouldn't even say that. I've just been doing it the longest, I think. It's just time is what it is.
He's being
and I guess
humble, everybody. Go to twitch.tv/Ray Apollo. Give him that follow.
No, I'm being honest. This
Buy
is
him snacks.
whatever. I kind of feel like when it comes to streaming and hanging out with folks, it's just it people realize that people like to watch other people. I mean, you have these exuberant and ridiculous personalities that are just that. They're just personalities, but when it comes down to it, they're not the same person on and off cam. I try and be very honest. It's, I'm believe it or not, I am far more introverted than I am extroverted. It's just
that's not true.
It is no, it's true. I'm very introverted. So when people are like, oh, like I do what I do during the week, but on the weekends I disappear, and that's because I need to take that time to recharge, and I just need that time to recharge because I spend so much time putting on a show literally every day.
Right. I mean, like when you have to be on that long during the day, like when you literally have to be on all day, and like you have to you have to turn yourself off when you get away from that so you can have your normal life, because right. I mean, you have a wife and we all have families and friends, and most of us have kids, or half of us do at least, and like gotta balance that, and right. You can't just you have to find that balance too.
But when it comes with engaging with the audience, it's like, yes, my main thing is Twitter. If you want to engage with me, I am more than happy to engage with you on Twitter because it's just easy to talk and you can have a conversation on Twitter. You really can, and it's just easy, and there's a lot of other outside influences that make it easy to carry and start conversations there. We also do Discord. Discord's something that we're trying to get better at least I am for sure, because everybody has a Discord now, and it's like, what's the use of a Discord other than to have another alert for folks, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But when it comes down to it, it's just I want to have fun. I want to talk with you guys about fun stuff. I love talking with you guys about video games. So if you want to talk to me about video games, just engage me. I'm not unapproachable at all. I mean, if you've ever, if you got that impression of me, I apologize, but I'm very approachable and will talk with you about anything unless you're being overly negative and pessimistic. I don't want that energy in my life, so I try to avoid it.
He's a nice man. What a nice man.
What a nice young man. But no, I feel like when it comes to talking with people and engaging with these things, I want to have a good time. And so I use my channels that are the biggest for me, which is Twitter and my Twitch platform. That's how I engage with my audience. And I mean, if people have other suggestions for things, I'll try it out, except for TikTok. I'll never do that. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Don't you have to be like a middle school girl to engage in TikTok?
I don't know, but I kind of feel like it's easy to do that. And outside of the stream, I don't know. Yeah, Twitter's like the only way. I don't think I'll ever really be comfortable with doing any IRL stuff. I mean, maybe at some point in the future, but nah, not right now. This is. I'm having a great time the way things are, and I want to keep it that way, at least for the time being. So yeah.
What about you, Jesse? And then we'll get it 2 plugs and we'll end the show.
Yeah, so much like Ray said, I am definitely more, it's really difficult for me unless I know people to have conversations with people. And so, this whole streaming thing, is very, very, very new to me.
Yeah.
And even, I'm pretty new to compared to you guys to the whole podcasting thing. And so all of this has really honestly been me putting myself out of my comfort zone. And so I'm trying to get better at the whole chatting with people or talking to myself while I'm recording something or streaming something, in hopes that once people do start, if they do come and start watching me, that I'm making it interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely a learning experience for me, and it's definitely me going out of my comfort zone. So but I have been trying, and it is nice once I like Corey said, we've met a lot of cool people through Mixer, and when I was playing Blair Witch, Zombie had came in, and it made it more enjoyable to actually have someone to kind of back and forth with a little bit while I'm doing what I was doing, and it made it fun. So
yes, community.
like
and having people there to hang out with you was amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, it's like if you come in, you watch me while I'm streaming, chances are I just will start trying to have a conversation and kind of pay attention to who's watching and what as well as what I'm doing. So yeah, I mean, like I said, it's all pretty new to me, but I'm enjoying it, even though it is out of my comfort zone.
Well, everybody, that is going to be the show. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the questions that were submitted. Hopefully you guys enjoyed us having these discussions. But before we go, we're going to give out our plugs. Jesse, where can we find you?
You can find me almost everywhere as Phantom NXS.
Ray, where can we find you?
I'm Ray Apollo just about everywhere except for Xbox and PlayStation. I don't want to talk about it. But yes, RayAPollo. Find me, like I said, we can have a good time. We'll talk about just about anything. I'll even try and fake my way through talking about sports.
Corey, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at CoreyNHD713, and you can find me at CoreyNHD on Instagram and Mixer. Yeah.
Yes. You guys can find me on Twitter at that retro code. You guys can also find me on Twitch and on Mixer at the Lyrical One. You can check out my podcast, Optional Opinion, on SoundCloud and other podcast apps, and also check out the video games, which is starting this Sunday, called Feeling Villainous, where this year I am celebrating all things that contain some villains and criminals. So you guys should enjoy it. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Once again, have a great week. Have a great weekend. Be safe out there and get some games playing and streaming. All right, with that, everybody, we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Later.